with the Denver Broncos. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jahan, what I need? Check. Striker Omaha.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Listen to me. Here we go.
On second and 9, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is third and 9.
Hey, Gun.
It's just me and you. Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. We got it. 51's the Mike. 51's the Mike.
Good routes here.
Give me that ball.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And Tate's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Here we go.
17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Gun.
Cousins now. Screen pass to Lindsay. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Star Latulippe. Able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a third and long. On third down, here's Lindsay. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on fourth. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on third and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run. But how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on fourth down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
Here we go. Black 80!
Watch tight end. Tight end.
Lock!
Check. 4 down. Check 26.
On first down, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, Where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on the rookie Dalton Reisner. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Cousins eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Here's the newest member of the 15,000-yard club. It's Frank Gore. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 1-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
In his own end zone, it's Garoppolo. And the grab by Croft. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 10.
Here we go.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. The Bills send the punter out. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Here's Jones on the return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10.
At their own 42-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where we're going to be and what do we need to get. And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
We're scoreless after one. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2 as they're looking at a second down and 9 to go. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but now it's 3rd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. The 40. Past the 20. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Hauschka with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys are set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
The Broncos on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
He's checking.
Throwing is Cousins. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Jahan, what are you?
Hey, watch the slant.
One.
51, Mike 51. I don't even know why this team showed up.
Go, Mike. Gun.
Cousins now to throw on first down.
Watch the slant.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll run. It's Lindsey. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
First down, Broncos.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, no, easy.
Off the play fake, Cousins. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
Gun. We're going.
They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Cousins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Walker in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, tried to get all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Thought he needed the deep pass. Couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 44-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Play action now. Cousins. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Like you're on the
Now Cousins. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
Here's Matt Weil now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. With it is Brown. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 31-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
I got one. Watch out, watch out.
12, fellas, here we go.
They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
T.J. Yeldon's not afraid to drop a shoulder or run through some tackles, is he?
Not at all. I learned it in his high school days in Alabama. Then, of course, stayed in state to play at Alabama. He could do that there.
And what I think is best about him, and when he's really on top of his game, when he's a little bit lighter, a little bit quicker, I think he's strong enough. He's compact enough to break those tackles.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Von Miller has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Key to tight end.
To throw is Garoppolo. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. Brown signed with the Bills in March. Last year he was in Baltimore, 4 seasons in Arizona prior to that, but they're hoping that Brown can add a lot of speed to this offense, which he should. Last year in Baltimore, 715 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Check my 45. Here we go, D. Here I come.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Gun.
They'll run on first down. Lindsey. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. A little check down to Lindsey. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey, and he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Forced out to his left, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Gone.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. To throw, Cousins. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Noah Fant, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Come on. 45's the mark.
Garoppolo. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On play action, now Garoppolo. Bryant has it. He's at the 30. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dez Bryant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the third. Back now in Buffalo, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A first down throw for Cousins. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Here's Lindsey, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Broncos on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll go again with Lindsey. Give him 3 yards there, as that'll take us to 4th down. Here's Matt Weil now, as he's on to punt for Denver. Now Brown. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Garoppolo now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock with Yeldon. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Back to the ground, this time with Gore. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Here we go.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense. Shift.
13.
They run it from the gun with Yeldon, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. The pass there complete to Sutton, and he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Jonathan Jones there to make the stop. Here's Cousins. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it, but they've got to continue to move quickly.
Cousins. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
Escaping the pressure right. He completes this to Sutton. The 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On first down, Lindsey. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Another run by Lindsey. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Check 4.
Now Cousins. Flush to his right. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 20.
I think we got to give a lot of credit here to the coaching staff on this one. Long field goals, really long field goals. Sometimes you get a chance to have a return, as we just saw there. But that means you've had to practice that and also have the right people on the field. I think you change what you do here, don't you, Brandon?
Yeah, and the formula certainly worked. Now, you're going to have good field position anyway on the long field goal try. Now with a block of the return, they're in great shape.
Yeah, I love what they did. Instead of just having their normal field goal block unit on, it was almost like they had the punt return team on there. Faster, more agile guys on the field, because the guys covering are usually the big guys, and they're not used to playing on their feet like that.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down.